too many people at Marshall's, and I didn't feel like waiting in line just to do a return to get my $8 back. I just got off the phone with my mom, and I feel like, why is this person acting like I was backing straight into them? Well, clearly I saw you. It's not like I was moving at lightning speed. Like, this person just saw me slowly start backing out and acted like I was about to hit their car. Anyways, y'all, I got off the phone with my mom, and she's like, well, we'll do a contract with you, basically, so there's more clarity of what the situation is. So basically, I'll either have until October or December of this year to be moved out, and after October, my rent's gonna go up to $1,000, because basically I'm paying $500 right now because I'm really only living in my bedroom. Like, I'm not using up the whole space. My mom stays at the house from time to time, and she stays in the master bedroom, so it's not like I have the whole entire house to myself really right now. I'm basically only living still in the same bedroom, and I pay the electricity bill, and that's right now what I'm doing. So basically, if I get into this job program, I either am going to have to, I don't even know how to explain the whole situation. My mom is basically, and it's like, I understand, like, it's not really, it would really only be for my benefit if she rents the house to me and she's invested all that money and she's not making it back with me staying there. So it's more cost efficient for her to have someone else rent it, another family rent it for like $1,800 is what she said is the minimum. And then, like she said, the least she would rent it is $1,500, which I can't afford right now with my job. So I'm gonna have to be, if I can't afford to pay $1,500 in rent, I have to find another place, which I can't afford to pay $1,500 in rent. And like, that is a fair price for the house. It's just not what I can afford. So it's like, I understand the situation. It's like, I still really just have to live. I have to live within my means. But the unfortunate part about it is if my financial situation is not stable, then it's like, I'm not, oh my gosh. This person making a U-turn did not have the right of way, and it almost hit them. And it was a stupid Tesla again. I didn't even honk at them. I just was like, I started making a right turn. I don't know who had the right of way, but I'm pretty sure someone making a U-turn doesn't have a right of way over a right turn. Just too much happening right now. So anyways, let me explain this, because I feel like this is the best explanation I can give. I am staying in a house that I can't really afford on my own at this point, and I feel like my mom was trying to help me, but she's just like, you really can't afford it, and it's not really going to benefit you to stay here if you can't. And my mom's my mom doesn't want to have to lose money helping me, I guess. And I understand that too. Like, it's not fair that she's not getting her money back just to try to help me. So I don't know. It's like, I'm not blaming, I've never said it was like my parents' fault for me not having my own place or anything like that. And it's like, I recognize neither of my parents like owe me anything, and they truly don't. It's more so just, I don't have the solution for myself either. And I feel like I'm not angry at my parents. It's really just, I wish I could just have things for myself without having to depend on other people. And I don't want to depend on other people, but it's like, I've been depending on other people to have a place to live for a long time. And it's just like, yes, life's tough, things happen. I know a lot of people who've tried to live out on their own and, you know, failed, you know. It's like, it's a lot to keep up with. And I feel like unless you have like a really great paying job, you either have to have a roommate or live with parents, or finding affordable housing is hard for a lot of people, especially if you're not making, I would say probably at least 60K. If you're not making at least 60K, you're gonna struggle finding affordable places to live. And that's all I want. I want a place that I can afford and that I don't feel like I have to have someone else's help to be able to live there. And, you know, I was accepting the help from my mom because I thought she was willing to give it, but I feel like that's what happens. Like, it's like I still am depending on her in some way if my mom's helping me in some way. So it's like, I don't want to have to depend on my mom for help in order to afford my bills, but I also, you know, it's like wanting to accept the help. I accepted the help when my mom offered because I thought it was gonna be a better situation, but I just feel like it comes at the cost of like me still being dependent on someone else, and then me also having to, you know, feel, I guess, not as confident in myself. I don't know. Sometimes I think I make it. Target is literally about to be packed right now. I chose the wrong day, but I honestly might go home and just come back later. I really don't feel like running errands right now. It's 12:52. I wanted to be home by 1, and I feel like I'm not really accomplishing what I wanted to accomplish. But anyways, it's just like, it's a kind of like a catch-22. It's like, I kind of do need help, but I also don't want to have to depend on other people. And I do think it's almost like a crutch if I'm always depending on someone else to have things. But I don't feel that I'm not confident in my current. It's hard for me to feel confident in myself because I don't know. Because I don't have a strong financial situation right now. And I keep saying, it's like I would feel a lot more confident if I had more money saved. So that's why I keep saying, like, my focus is like building my savings up to a point where I know I can afford my expenses. I don't know. Everything I say, I feel like it's just like the most common sense, basic response. Like every time I've talked about like my financial or living situation, it's like the same thing, honestly, which is just I either need to make more money. Well, I feel like that's honestly always gonna be the response people have. You either need to make more money or find a roommate. And there was a I think I mentioned in another video, I did have a friend who said she was potentially looking for a roommate that would charge me like $500. And it's like I've accepted. I'm not gonna get what I want all the time, and I don't always get what I want. Actually, I rarely get what I want when it comes to, I don't know, important things. There's a lot of things that I wanted that I don't get, or a lot of things that I think will work out that don't work out the way I want them to. I can live with the no, or live with not having things go my way. And I kind of just have to accept that things are not going to turn out how, everything's not always going to turn out how you want it to turn out. And I don't know, I let go of like even believing I had a house a long time ago. I don't think of the house as being mine. It's just where I currently stay, you know. And I don't want to get too excited about something that is not really mine, you know. So my options are, the current situation is I have until October, basically, as long as I continue paying $500 a month. I have until October. And then, y'all, I don't know what's going on with my phone. I keep thinking I'm recording and I'm not. Basically, I have to reset my whole plan as far as honestly, I don't think it's really about even like resetting my entire plan. More so it's just I can't count on, I don't want to make a plan that involves having to depend on other people. And that is just something that I have to do for myself, because if I'm depending on other people to have something, I'll never have anything on my own. And that is also just setting me up to have a lot of other issues as far as not being having real independence from like for myself. And I don't know, the struggle for me has always been it's like the job aspect or career aspect is not that stable for me, and hasn't been that stable for me since I graduated from college. And that kind of has made it, I guess, more challenging finding a good career path and a decent job, because I'm not seeking something very specific. I'm just kind of going with whatever at the time is the best option. And I don't really have a security to fall on at this point. Like, I feel like my degree really hasn't gotten me that far in life. It's not like people are like, oh, you get a degree, you have that to fall back on if XYZ fails. It's like, no, my degree was the failing. My degree already failed me. My degree is pretty much worthless to me at this point. And I just am at a point where I'm running out of options, is the honest truth. I'm running out of options, and my best option, I might go inside and pick up my order. I thought I was gonna stay in the drive-thru line, but I'm just gonna come inside and pick it up. I'm running out of options as far as how I'm going to survive on my own. And I don't know if I start over again. I mean, I have a friend who's starting over. Basically, she's moving back with her parents, going back to school. It's not the end of the world. I feel like there's no one right way to excel in life or succeed in life. There's not like one path to being successful in life either. And I understand that. Like, my journey is my own. There's people who look at me and be like, I would have done this, I would have done that. Great for you. It's my life. You know, it's like I can't live my life to please other people. The same way other people would have done things differently in my situation. Maybe they would have chosen a different career path, XYZ. It's like everyone has to figure out what is best for their lives, for themselves. And that is what I guess my journey and what I'm documenting is, just figuring out that a lot of times, a lot of the things that I've planned for myself don't necessarily pan out. And when things don't pan out the way I expect them to, I've learned it's also not the end of the world now. I have become very flexible because of having a lot of things not work out the way I wanted them to, and have thick skin now. But anyways, I think I just have to get very, very serious about my savings and following and not spending. Like, my biggest problem is honestly my shopping addiction, and that is keeping me from saving as much as I want to save, and also like keeping me from really bettering my finances. And I talk about it a lot because I feel like it is a very real issue for a lot of people. And I guess for me, it's like, if you have someone else funding your shopping, it's not really, I guess, affects how you can live. But for me, I fund all of my own things. Like, I buy everything myself. No one is buying me these things. I don't have a boyfriend or a husband or a sugar daddy giving me money. Everything that I buy is me spending my own money. And so it's affecting my ability to, I guess, afford or just have a better financial situation. So we have to just continue working on that, because until I feel like if I don't get serious about that, it's going to just continue being a problem. And I watched this other girl's video, and she was like, you'll keep struggling with the same issue until you learn the lesson. Like, God will keep giving you the same struggle until you learn the lesson. And I'm like, I know the struggle, and I keep failing, I guess, the test. And I'm tired of that, but also don't know the way to overcome it either. So you just keep pushing forward. None of my problems are like the end of the world. I still have a lot to be grateful for. I still have so much that I am appreciate and grateful for both of my parents. It's not my parents' fault that I'm in my situation. Either of my parents' fault. It's my own fault. Like, my problems are because of my actions, my own feelings, my own choices, and no one else's. So I'm the one who has to deal with the consequences, and I'm the one who also has to figure out the solution to my problems. Other people can't solve them for me, and that is just being honest. Okay, that's all.